You already know what we're about to talk about. Number one rated ticketing app on the App Store, which is
SeatGeek.
Guys, concerts galore.
Yeah, they do.
You know who's playing soon?
Man, who playing
super
soon?
Pumped, and the tickets are out
And who
now.
you pumped for soon?
Rufus the Soul.
Yeah, right. You don't know anything about. Name a song.
Woo! I mean, I'm gonna just say Interbloom because everybody knows that song.
I knew you were gonna say.
But guys, SeatGeek, number one ticketing up in the App Store, and not only that, I'm getting my mom tickets to go see Karin Leon.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in the LA Palladium.
Love that.
Bro, everything.
Bro, everything is cracking right now. It's like sport century right now. I mean, we got the Lakers popping. The Kings are back. Whatever sport event you're looking for in LA, SeatGeek has you covered. They got 70,000 daily live events, 28 million downloads. The number one. No wonder they're number one rated ticketing.
Fellas, if you're nervous, like, dang, I got a hot date tonight, I don't know what to
And
do.
she looking fine.
Just go on SeatGeek. Literally, easy money. Green dot means good. Red dot means, I don't know about those tickets, but easy app to use, super cool. You can see where you're gonna sit. It has
You talk
pictures
too
and
much.
everything.
Just hook them up already, man. You talk too much.
$20 off your first ticketing purchase.
Thank you.
If you put what?
I don't know. Maybe the code La Platica.
Just put La Platica on the code at checkout. $20 off your first ticketing purchase.
There it is, guys.
Enjoy
SeatGeek.
today's episode.
You know the vibes.
SeatGeek, baby.
You know the vibes.
SeatGeek, baby.
Okay.
Guys, welcome everybody. Hashtag Mondays don't suck. Monday doesn't suck today at all. We are your hosts of the number one Latino podcast in the world. According to Google, Josh, are you okay?
Huh? Yeah, no, I'm good.
This is Josh Leiva, the Josh Leiva. Sebastian Robles, welcome everybody. Take a seat. Hashtag Mondays don't suck once again.
Not no
Notifications
more.
on. Subscribe to the channel. This video is sponsored by SeatGeek, the number one rated ticketing app in the App Store.
Is it Mondays don't suck or Mondays don't suck anymore? Can we clarify this?
Yeah.
Because we got into a scuffle, if you will, with somebody over the weekend who was like, it's Mondays don't suck. And I was like, I could have sworn it's Mondays don't suck anymore. And let me plead my case, okay? The reason why Mondays don't suck anymore is because they used to suck prior to La Platica. But once La Platica was founded and started and it got this momentum going that we upload on Mondays, they don't suck anymore.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with both.
I just want to make sure.
I'm fine with both. I think it's up to the people back at home
For sure.
to set their own polls.
Yeah.
And to let us know. And maybe I can pin a comment saying which one is it, and the one that I see the most, we'll just keep it that way.
Because the way I see it is like you wake up on Monday, you're like, fuck, man, start of the week, I'm crudo, I gotta go to work, there's gonna be traffic, I gotta pay my bills, right? And then you're like, wait a minute, today's Monday, that means La Platica uploaded. You hit play, and as soon as you hit play, guess what happens? Mondays don't suck anymore.
So you're leaning towards more of the anymore.
I'm an anymore kind of guy.
Okay.
I'm an anymore kind of guy.
Yeah, let us know down below, guys. Please let us know. Once again, I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I went pumpkin carving yesterday, and that was the first time I ever felt the Halloween spirit. I feel like we've been really busy recently.
Yeah.
And it's been like Dodger baseball all month.
That's
honestly
been taking
for
over
the past
October,
2-3 months.
Yeah.
It's been taking over my life, and I haven't really been in the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was like, oh shoot. And then I go on my stories or I go on social media, everyone's at Halloween parties, everyone's dressing up, and I'm like, oh shit,
It's Halloween.
Halloween is this weekend.
Well, it's like all month,
it
right?
just happened, it just happened. When this video goes up, it just happened.
Yeah.
So happy Halloween. Hope you guys had a great Halloween.
Yeah, I feel like Halloween is it's like that one holiday that it feels like, well, it didn't this past month, but like it's like the whole month because there's like parties and stuff like that. Versus like Thanksgiving, it's like on Thanksgiving. Christmas is like it's like on Christmas. I guess Christmas has that kind of same effect too, though.
The only thing that I just realized that we never did was dress up.
I know, for an episode.
We didn't dress up.
Dude, honestly, we should just make it a tradition, and we failed this year, just to dress up as our Power Rangers. Let's just be our tradition.
That was so uncomfortable, that costume.
Pretty iconic, though.
I think maybe we should just do something. Maybe we should dress up as Mr. Santa Claus and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Okay.
For Christmas. I can be Mrs. this year.
I'm super down.
I'll be Mrs.?
Yeah, you can be Mrs. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You got to wear your hair down, though.
I will.
You gotta go like this.
I will, sure. Whatever you want. I am yours, technically. We just had 2 phenomenal guests.
Wow.
We had Mark Cuban on. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So many people complimented us on that episode.
Yeah.
Not only just because it was a great episode, but just like, guys, that was amazing. Funny story the other day, and sometimes we have like this imposter syndrome, right? And imposter syndrome when you kind of feel like you're not up to the actual standards that you are at, right? And some guy, I was finally golfed the other day, and this guy, for some reason, he was interested in what I did.
Okay.
And for me, sometimes it's kind of hard to explain what I do.
Saying that you're a podcaster?
I go like social media and stuff like that. He goes,
Yeah.
I have a podcast. He goes, oh, that's cool, and he still was interested in what I did. I think it was the braids.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe he thought I was like a Caribbean rapper.
Probably.
And he asked me, is your podcast big? And I didn't know what to say because I don't want to boast myself
Flex on him.
or like flex.
Number one Latino podcast in the world.
Yeah, according to Google. I didn't say that. But, my friend was like, who's that one guest you just had on? But he was being sarcastic. He goes, something Mark Cuban? And then I was like, yeah, Mark Cuban. And then the guy was like tripping. It was like some guy, definitely not in my demographic, like at all.
You guys were golfing with him. He was just paired with you guys.
No, it's like he was at a hole, like at a par 3, like hole 11, and he was basically saying, hey, we're seeing if people want to offer $20, and it's for like vets and first responders and people who have like PTSD.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, of course. He goes, if you make it on the green, you get $300 store credit.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, oh, this is cool. Didn't make it on the green.
Of course not.
But he's like super different guy than me. And then he was just telling me like, is your podcast big? And, I kind of had a realization. I was like, dang, it is big. It's pretty big.
Yeah, I think having
it is big, but like you don't really like tell yourself that I don't tell myself that like you have a big podcast.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But it was really nice to hear it from my friend saying that, and then me being like, "Wow, that's that's actually kind of true."
Well, the truth is, like, Mark is like A-list, right?
A-list.
Like he's as A-list as they come.
Incredible.
He's a billionaire. I looked it up after he came on. I want to say he's the 364 richest human on the planet. Okay, there's 8 billion people on the planet. He's top 500. That's insane, okay? Not to mention his like accolades on like Shark Tank and just everything he does and just his status overall.
Yeah, because you can be rich, but like rich and known.
Right. Owning the Mavericks, like the dude is the definition of a celebrity, right? Having him, like I've known that we have a successful podcast, but that kind of just made it feel different because dude, from the moment that we posted that he was on the podcast, my phone blew up like I've never seen it before.
I felt like it was my birthday.
DMs, yes, exactly. It was like that kind of experience, It was a huge deal, bro.
Yeah,
having somebody like him, and I think we understood the magnitude of it because even prior to him like stepping into those doors. First of all, let me just say this because I thought to me this was the craziest thing. Mark Cuban pulled up by himself. He didn't have a team. He didn't have security. Nothing. He did have a driver who just dropped him off and then literally just walked in. Like a normal guy, like a Theo, bro, just chilling. And the energy that he gave off on the podcast, which by the way, I love the comments. Thank you for all the feedback, all the incredible feedback. It meant a lot to us, honestly. But the way he was as a person was how he was on and off camera. He remembered Matt and Jess's name, which I thought was super impressive.
Throughout the whole episode.
After we finished shooting, we take pictures with our guests and stuff like that. He made sure that he asked Jess for a photo, to ask Matt for a photo. Super polite. Just a 10 out of 10 guy. Like overall, an incredible human being. Yeah. Outside of him having all this success, which I thought was like the coolest thing, man.
It was definitely the coolest thing. And the number one question I got is with my friends.
How did that happen?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
What happened? Like, do you apply?
Right.
Did you reach out?
Right.
We simply got a DM, not a verified account, not anything else. We had to go through our request box.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw it. And I thought it was kind of like, like sometimes you get like
spam
and like you feel like people getting hacked and like they're trying to. So I thought it was that. But something about it was just like, let me just send it to Jessica and to you and to the chat and see where it goes, And Jessica got an answer and, a month later, we figured out he wanted to come on a Friday, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, Friday night.
He wanted to come on Friday night. And I said, doesn't Mark Cuban have things to do other than just be with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, sure. You know, normally we don't film those days, especially at that time. But he came on and, before he came on, I was kind of tripping because it was 5:40. He was supposedly going to be here at 6. And it's okay, people are late. 6 o'clock comes on, he's not here. 6:15, he's not here. 6:30, he's not here.
Yeah.
And there's no word. We can't get in communication with
team.
Anybody, his team, nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know.
We were already thinking about another episode.
Yeah.
We were already like considering like a backup episode.
Yeah, maybe we got played.
I thought that. I'm not going to lie. There was a moment in my heart where I was like, this is too good to be true. I remember I even told Jess, I'm like, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be heartbroken if he doesn't show.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But there was also a part of me where I was
Understood
like,
it.
The magnitude of him coming on was like very anxious to me. I wasn't nervous. It was more anxious.
Yeah.
And I was like, if he doesn't come, I'll just be more relaxed, you know? Like I'll just do a episode with you and we'll have fun, you know? It was kind of like, it's okay.
Right.
But yeah, I would have been heartbroken. And then 6:30, 6:40 comes along. And right when we had that conversation, I was sitting in this chair. You were sitting there too. And I said, Josh, it's not going to happen because there's no fucking way
it's the cube
that
Cubanator.
Mark is going to walk through this door right now and I'm going to see the 6'2" Mark Cuban.
6'4".
He's fucking tall.
He's tall as fuck, dude.
Right when that conversation ended, I look at my phone because we have access to the cameras here in the studio. I see a big black car just pull up.
Escalade. He was in an Escalade.
Escalade or Yukon, whatever it was. And yeah, he comes and it was like meeting your cool ass uncle.
Yeah, that's the thing about him. As nervous as I was when we found out that he was here, because it was like a moment of like realizing that he's here and trying to get our life in order. He has a presence that makes you feel comfortable immediately. Like you just settle in so quick with him. And man, that was like surreal. And just to like take the story even further, because I know a lot of people ask me this too. And Jess, is her mic on? Jess, your mic's on, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Somebody from his team found out about us through a Salud ad.
Wow.
And if like just based on like everything Jess was telling me, like this guy saw, and shout out to that guy. What was his name?
Adrian.
Shout out to Adrian. I didn't mean to call you that guy. You're that guy though. That's what I mean. Like you're that guy, my boy. He saw a Salud ad. I guess just kind of started doing his homework, started figuring out like what the brand was about. Found out that like I'm one of the co-founders, right? And that we have a podcast.
Yeah.
And then packaged that and took that to Mark.
As a consumer though, he was targeted by that ad years ago.
Wow.
And he's been a customer of Salud all the way from Washington, D.C. And then when the time was right to kind of pitch you and La Platica for Mark.
Yeah.
And he, again, like as an avid consumer, you rep the brands that you really like. Like he took it to the next level and kind of helped us. Yeah.
Wow. Shout out Adrian, man. That is incredible. I remember when Jess told me that story after we finished recording, we went out to eat and she said that and I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Super wild.
And then today's Monday. Actually, today is Monday.
Yes.
And we just dropped another episode.
It doesn't suck anymore.
It doesn't suck anymore.
Right.
We just dropped an episode with AJ Pereira.
Yeah.
And what an amazing guy. A psychic medium. First psychic medium I've ever met.
Yeah.
I just wanted to kiss him and hug him.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy.
Lovable guy.
You know, like, honestly, if I would have met a psychic medium and you would tell me, hey, you want to meet one? I wouldn't think it would be like AJ.
Right.
Right?
A little more spooky vibes. I expected a little bit more like
I would think he'd be a little,
a little more eerie.
Yeah.
There was no eerie.
No eerie at all.
No, not even nosy.
Just cutie.
Yeah, just cutie. Patootie.
Yeah, and he was just such an amazing person. So, AJ, if you're watching this, thank you for coming on by. That was cool, but something happened at the end of the episode.
Okay, sorry.
But
sorry, PC. I didn't mean to, I don't want to jump ahead just quite yet.
Oh, okay.
Only because I'm only basing this because after the Mark Cuban episode, I'm going back to Mark Cuban. Guys.
Okay.
Sorry. I just want to wrap this up.
Okay. I see.
The main question I got was, how did that happen? And the second question I got a lot was, how was it pitching Salud to Mark Cuban?
Yeah.
And I have to just say, that was the most unreal thing
even
that's
to me
ever happened with the brand. I'm so grateful, bro. I never would have thought that I would have had that opportunity to do that. And the story that I told where I was like, I called my brother and I was like, people would tell me go on Shark Tank, and to have Mark Cuban, the face of Shark Tank, in my opinion, besides like Mr. Wonderful, I'll say, they're all kind of face of it, but Mark's definitely like a top dog. He's the big dog, you know. Having him And to be able to pitch to him 2 feet away from me and have him sample was the most surreal thing I've ever experienced since starting Salud. And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous because I rehearsed it in my head 100 times prior to him coming. Absolutely. I'm gonna say something kind of like slightly embarrassing a little bit, but shout out to ChatGPT because when I found out he was coming, I literally was like pitching Salud to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT was like giving me pointers, and I would like question like, does this sound correct? Does this make sense? And then he would say like, yes, but I would try it like this, say it like
Charles?
Yeah, I swear, bro, it was crazy. I have the whole chat saved on my phone. I'll show you because I would say like, does this make sense if I say this? And he's like, yeah, but I think I'm making it a little bit more human, but he would be like, oh, this is how I would say it. And that was like really, really cool. But then being in the moment, it's a lot different. You know what I mean? And that's the thing with like Shark Tank. It's like you're presenting and like it's like set up for you to present, and then you're doing it, right? So you're able to kind of fine tune it a little bit more. This was more conversational. So I wanted it to feel organic versus just like, I'm just pitching to him, Salud. I wanted to be like more like I'm talking to him and like, not educating him, but like putting him on. You know what I mean? After that happened, I went home and I was like, I immediately have to clip this. There's no way I'm not going to clip this.
Have to.
I clipped it, bro. If you watch it, I'm like delivering so fucking perfectly and flawlessly.
It was.
Some of the comments were like, damn, like you like really spoke about the brand perfectly.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Bro, there were so many ums and stutters like in the real thing because it was real conversational. But in the clip, you just see me like, boom. Like, damn, he a shark for real. This year, I am thankful for you guys. The constant support that you guys show us week after week never goes unnoticed. It's because of you guys that we're able to bring on these incredible guests. It's because of you guys that I look forward to podcasting every single week. So a big shout out to you guys. I also want to give a big shout out to Lumi Whole Body Deodorant for keeping Sebas and I smelling right. I know you guys can't smell us through the screen, but trust me when I tell you, Lumi keeps us smelling good, real good, especially Sebas. He needs a little bit of extra Lumi. Lumi deodorant is like no other. It was created by an OB/gyne who discovered that BO isn't just an underarm thing, it's an all over thing. So she developed a pH optimized deodorant that is clinically proven to block odor everywhere, not just your pits, but your privates, feet, and beyond. The best part, no matter where you use it, Lumi is proven to keep working up to 72 hours. If 3 days of odor control isn't something you're thankful for, I don't know what is, which is exactly what I love about Lumi. It's safe to use anywhere, no matter what body part. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. So of course, you already know at La Platica, we gotta hook y'all up. New customers get 15% off all Lumi products using our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals 40% off your starter pack. So use code La Platica to get 15% off your first purchase at lumideodorant.com. That's LUMEDEODORANT.com. Make sure to let them know that La Platica sent you. Smell you later, baby.
Even me standing on this side, bro, like there was like I was just looking at you. It's not even about like pitching it.
Yeah.
Just simply speaking about your brand.
Right.
With the one and only.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna just listen.
Yeah.
Like there was some times where I might have wanted to say something, but I was like, nah, dog.
Yeah.
This is Josh right now.
That
and
was
I was
crazy,
so happy for you.
Dude, I was buzzing after that episode. Like I felt like almost drunk, high. Like I felt like I was having like an outer body experience. Like I was so amped about that. I remember he left and I literally like yelled. I was like, ah! I was just so hyped, bro.
Yeah.
And that buzz, dude, I didn't sleep that night. I felt like I was still buzzing from that whole experience.
Remember I told you, I was like, Josh, do you realize what you just did?
Yeah.
And I don't think you realized it yet until I told you, like, like real shit. Like, do you like? Cause you showed me that video, and I was like, do you understand what this video means?
The pitch video.
Like, the pitch video.
Yeah.
I was like, there's people that wish, first of all, they meet that guy. There's people wish that they can, whether it be a small business or a huge corporation, to have a video speaking about that business. With Mark Cuban.
Absolutely.
It's the dream, and you did it.
I know. It's crazy, bro.
In here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like very like, I was just happy. I was just like, I was in cloud nine because I was just like so like, I realized what was going on really.
Yeah.
You know, like at this moment.
Yeah.
And I was just like really taking it in. I was like, wow, I was like, can't believe I've known Josh for such a long time. Before Salud, before anything, before this. And then now we're here.
A lot of the comments were seeing how they really appreciated how excited you were for me.
Yeah, I was like this.
And they're like, my favorite thing was seeing some of us reacting to Josh pitch to Mark.
Oh, straight like this. Like,
bro,
whoa.
But honestly, that's just like a testament to the podcast, bro, because yeah, we're like idiots sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of the times.
I can see that.
You know, so like the fact
I'll back that up.
You know, like we're ourselves. You know, we have fun. We take this like very lighthearted. But I feel like we are also people that we know how to have conversations with anybody. And I think having him on there really just like showed the range of what we can do on the podcast. Yeah. You know, from us two being morons to having business conversations with Mark Cuban. Like that is the scope of La Platica. Yeah, which I think is sick.
Yeah, because one of the most famous questions when somebody I meet, they're like, well, they always say, "What's your podcast about?"
I know,
right? And I'm always like, I don't know.
Shits and giggles.
And now I just say, you know what? It's a large range of topics.
Yeah.
It's called La Platica, which means the talk, so it can be anything, and it's a feel-good podcast.
It doesn't have the same kind of like in English though.
Yeah,
you know,
it
like
doesn't.
the talk. No, you know, it's like no.
But I'm like, it's a feel-good podcast.
Yeah.
I think we're somewhat funny. I think we make you feel good, and I think we make you pass your time a little faster when it needs to be.
We make your Mondays not suck.
That I know anymore. And you know what? That's what I'm just gonna start saying. Is like, we just make your Mondays not suck. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna pop out of nowhere and go, anymore.
Yeah, no, but it was incredible. Definitely.
It was incredible, bro. Super.
And I was telling you too, is that people always say like, who's your favorite guest you've ever had on? You know. And I always say like, oh, everybody's my favorite, you know, like, I mean, there's some people that, you know, that can, you know, stand out a little bit more because that's just kind of like I really fuck with them.
Yeah.
But honestly, like Mark Cuban is probably like top two.
Top two?
And he's not two.
I was about to say, bro. Mark Cuban is for sure top one for me, man. And it's not only because who he is as a person, but it's who he was that like on the podcast, you know what I mean? Like the energy that he brought, like he was just such a fun guest all around, you know, like he was down just to kick it with us. Like he understood, he understood the assignment, like came in, got a beer, big chillin', you know, late like me per usual, just
big chillin',
energy like through the roof. And it was late, bro. Yeah. And he had a busy ass day too. He's been like, I know he's been doing a lot of like promotional stuff.
And it's funny because like even when he walked in here, I'm like, you good? He goes, I'm just so glad I'm here because I know I'm just gonna chill with y'all,
chilling with the boys.
Yeah, and that's it. No, but it was spectacular, and it definitely made me feel like we're doing something.
I also felt like he's the type of billionaire you dream of talking to because he didn't come from money. So him, like us asking him like, bro, you're a billionaire. Like just being able to talk to him like that. Like, what did that feel like when you saw your bank account and you had $1 billion? You know, I feel like there's not a lot of billionaires you can just like talk to like that. Yeah. Like, let's be real here.
They'll probably look at you like,
what does that feel like? And he was like, I woke up, I was naked, started doing my little naked billionaire dance. I was like, bro, that's so crazy. So crazy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
and even after he was here talking to us.
Yeah.
After cameras are done, like he didn't seem like he was rushing out.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't seem like he had to do the podcast because they told him to.
No.
And honestly, that's what really made me feel like really happy about who he was and just the whole thing.
Also, we were told by his team that we only had 30 minutes with him, which I even completely understood. I was like, this man's a busy man, you know? But knowing that, we asked him, we're like, hey, we're going to get you out in like 30. He was like, there's no time limit. Like, y'all run it. And I was like, this is insane. This is insane.
Yeah.
One for the books, my boy.
One for the books.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Front of the book.
Yeah.
Front cover. But yeah.
Yes.
And then we had AJ. Which was spectacular. It was just such a different shift.
Yeah.
But it was so nice to have him on as well.
Yeah. And like you said, I've having like a medium on, a psychic medium, I had a different expectation, you know? I didn't think he was going to be as bubbly as he was. One thing I admired about him is that he's very open to like different ideas and like philosophies. Like we asked him about astronomy, right? You were like, what are your thoughts on astronomy? And he was...
Oh yeah, astronomy. Is astronomy the study of space?
Yes.
Right?
Like scientific study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say astrology,
yeah,
which is the study of signs.
Right.
Like,
right.
Cancer, Capricorn,
Gemini.
Yeah. I fucked that up.
It was so funny though, bro.
Astronomy.
I like that he didn't shut anything down, and I was like, and I really did appreciate that in the conversation. Like, we would bring up different stuff like religion, astronomy, all this stuff, and he never like dismissed anything. He's like, yeah, blah blah blah, and he kind of gave his opinion and his output, but it was never like to bash anything. It wasn't like his whatever his like philosophy is like end all be all. It wasn't that. And then in the middle, at the end, it was like towards the end of the episode. Okay, well, let me just say this. So having a medium on, the whole idea is that he has access to the afterlife. Okay, and I even said this on the episode. And
he can speak with the dead.
Well, yeah, and the way he kind of made it seem, and hopefully I'm not wrong here, but like he's not like talking to them. They're like giving him like images, right? And then he's kind of like
even
transcribing them, and then like trying to make sense of it.
Because he even said like, oh, if somebody that you want to know about, say got shot in the head, or a blow to the stomach, he'll feel certain, like he'll feel.
That's crazy. That's insane.
And if you haven't watched it, go watch it.
It's an incredible episode, an amazing episode. Having him on, I was like, okay, we're gonna be able to talk to him about his gifts and stuff like that, which is gonna be cool to kind of get more insight. But luckily, I'm super grateful, but I don't have anybody who's like passed away super close to me. And you're in the same boat, right? So I wasn't expecting any of us to get a reading or anything like that, because I was like, it's just, we don't have that. We're not going to force something that obviously we don't have, But at the end of the episode, I'm literally like complimenting him. I don't know, like I was going that direction, just being like, thank you. And he literally stops us in the middle of the tracks and was like, can I say something? Am I okay to like essentially go there?
And I knew what he was going to do.
You did, huh? I really didn't, because in my mind, I was like, where could this go?
No, I knew something was about to go down, but it was one of those things where it's like, because he was saying like, oh, people just think that they can just put a quarter in me and then I can just like tell them something like a slot machine.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that. I don't want to like, I almost kind of see it as disrespectful, right?
Yeah.
Hey, do that. Like it's like a dancing monkey.
Well, you know what's funny, bro?
Like dance for me.
Yeah, as a podcaster, I was, when we cut on break for a second, I was thinking, I was like, how do I make him, not make him, but how do I like gear the conversation to potentially like demonstrate a little bit, to show people? And I was gonna go with the angle of like maybe as like a La Platica, because he's a psychic as well. Like, is there anything he sees in the future of La Platica? I was just thinking, bro, but I didn't go there. And the more I thought about it, I was like, this is probably not the right way to like approach it and stuff like that. So I let it lie. I was just like, whatever. Yeah, and then he did it by himself. And just to kind of give a recap, if you guys didn't watch the episode, like I said, AJ is a medium, and I have two uncles that I never met before, that were my mom's brothers, who died at a really young age. One of them was killed in a car incident. He basically crossed the street. He was a kid, and then he got ran over by a car. This was in Mexico as well. And from what my mom has told me about the story is that the guy didn't even turn around. Like, the guy just kept going.
Damn.
Killed her brother in front of her. She witnessed it, watched it happen, watched it unfold, and the man just kept driving. So that alone is wow, that story. And then the second one died of leukemia in my mom's arms. So she experienced death within, I want to say it was like in a 3-year time frame.
No way.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Y sus hermanos.
I know, bro. And she's the oldest. I know, dude. I know. AJ basically said that there was somebody behind me, like a presence.
He immediately felt, before he even said, yo, let me just, sorry to bother you. He said prior to that, he goes, I don't know if you've been seeing me.
Yeah.
But I've been looking past you a couple times.
Yeah.
So it was even like 5-10 minutes before he even said anything.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
Wild.
So real quick, before you even tell like the story, because I don't want to. It's really important, that story.
Yeah.
And not only that, but people saw what happened, but I'm sure just like even myself, I was asking you right after that. I was like, so did you tell your mom?
And I did.
And what happened?
Yeah.
Because you were still kind of like, yeah, kinda, no, yes.
Yeah.
But now I know you have some actual answers.
I'll have all the answers.
And I know them, and they're trippy. But before we get to that, let's go on a quick break.
Let's do it, man. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Anymore.
Ooh, can you do that ghost again?
Yo, PZ, you remember how we were talking about the NASCAR playoffs a couple weeks ago?
Of course, it was getting heated in the elimination rounds.
Exactly. Well, guess what? Now there's only 4 drivers left racing for history, my boy.
History?
For history, all right? We're heading to Phoenix for the championship.
What's crazy is that how the NASCAR playoffs work, though.
How they work.
4 drivers can win the championship.
Damn.
That's the overall winner of the whole season. Who gets the Bill France Cup?
Bill France Cup.
But then you have the other 35 drivers still racing to win just the Phoenix race.
Phoenix race,
That's
man.
35 cars that can keep 4 drivers from winning. We can't miss it, yo.
Yo, no doubt. This format and racing is so competitive. Yo, it's grueling. Look, I'm gonna need you guys to put this in your calendar now. November 10th, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
I'm telling you guys have to watch NASCAR. Me, myself, I just started getting into it this year, and it's actually pretty incredible.
It's the best.
And, you know, palms get sweaty, no doubt. Head to PhoenixRaceway.com for everything you need to know about championship weekend in Phoenix.
Championship weekend, baby.
It's now
Oh,
or
never.
never.
Come on, boy.
Ow.
Championship weekend, baby. Phoenix.
Phoenix.
You know me, man. I like to save some money. All right.
I know you do.
Especially when it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That's my favorite
Oh
thing.
my God, it's about to be Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
And it's all about saving that money, baby.
All right, what are we
You
going
know?
to save on this time?
Well, the thing about Raycon, it don't matter if it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Raycon got deals all the time.
You talking about these Raycons, these little beauties?
I'm talking about those beautiful headphones you got holding in your hands right there.
Look at this.
Raycon.
Quality, baby.
You see what I'm saying? It don't, guys, the thing about Raycon, no matter what's going on, Raycon always has incredible deals for you. They're actually doubling down on their amazing value by offering you guys 30% off site-wide.
This is going to be a deal you're going to appreciate every day. And you know what you can be wearing every day? The Raycon Everydays, baby.
Come on, man.
Especially if you haven't checked out their latest model, which includes plenty of new features that make them even more of a must-have for any audio lover like ourselves.
For example, they now feature a 32-hour battery life and a multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once.
Raycon's everyday earbuds also come with active noise cancellation. It's a feature that's a must-have for me on long flights, but one that can be difficult to find at an accessible price point. Until now.
It's funny you say that. I recently took a flight to Dallas and I popped these bad boys on and they were beautiful. I actually had like a photo shoot that day. So I normally wear like over the head headphones, but I didn't want to mess up my hair. So these right here were like bloop, bloop, hair looking fine.
Raycon's quality rivals some of the biggest names in premium audio.
The biggest.
Raycons start at just half the price as the other guys. So they're already an incredible deal.
Incredible deal.
Even before you factor in their Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer of up to 30% off site-wide.
Site-wide. All right, guys, it is time to save big for Black Friday / Cyber Monday. Go to buyraycon.com/La Platica today to get up to 30% off site-wide. That's right. You'll get up to 30% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/La Platica.
Guys, you're going to save so much money, you're going to want to buy 2.
Man, and your hair gonna be looking even finer than it do today.
So we're back now.
We're back.
And
Fix the braids, bro.
we want to know.
Right here.
They're udders. No?
The what?
They're udders.
Udders?
Udders? Like they're udders?
Oh, like
No.
to control your brain?
Milk my brain. So we all want to know.
Okay.
What happened? Because he was saying what?
Yeah.
Like just everybody saw the video. We don't
Yeah.
gotta go into detail. Like just summarize what he kind of said to you,
Yeah.
and then what were the answers?
So first he asked me if, and he was very specific that it was on my mom's side,
Yeah.
right? Anybody from your mom's side who's like passed. And I honestly,
He said a guy, right?
yeah, he had said a guy, an older gentleman. And immediately I thought of my grandpa, and this is kind of dark, but I haven't seen my grandpa in a while, and he's old, right? And like I said on the episode, he's hanging on. So I thought like, oh my God, is this the way that I'm gonna find out that my grandpa passed? And like, I just didn't know.
Ooh.
Immediately, that's where my mind went. But then when he kind of started digging a little bit more, he goes, no, it's not him. It's somebody else, but it is on your mom's side. And it was somebody that you're not super like, you didn't grow up with him. Like he didn't raise you. There was really not a lot of like impact and like in the sense that like he was in my life. And that's where I immediately thought about my mom's brothers. Because she was like 14 when they passed. So like I was not even remotely close to being in the picture.
Yeah.
But the things I said on the episode, there's the same thing that my mom's always told me. She told me how they passed away. She told me about how she's dreamed about them. That's all I really know, you know? So he starts going on to like one of them died of an illness, which was correct. And when he said that, dude, my eyes got watery because I was like, okay, this is like he's on track here. And then he mentioned something about October, which I don't know anything. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure their birthdays or when they passed. I didn't know any of that information. But he was like, try to remember that. And that, because his whole thing was something I really appreciate is about validating, right? He's like, I try to say things to validate what I'm seeing. And that was for him, that was like a validation token, if you will. And I remembered like just thinking about that. I was like, keep October in your head because I want to make sure I can ask my mom about this. So anyways, he does a reading about the one of the brothers just saying like, thank you. Like he didn't get an opportunity to say thank you. And the other one about like being more cautious about what he was doing, or potentially like he said something like an addiction. There's something there where he like feels like he could have done better. Right. So that happened. And mind you, I gave all the information I knew about what I knew then and there. I just presented everything. So after the episode ended, dude, I couldn't stop thinking about it because it happened towards the end of the episode. I really just wanted to call my mom.
He also name called. He also said
Josephine.
He said I'm seeing a Joseph or a Josephine.
Yes.
And then you were like, oh well, my
Joey,
Joel, whatever.
Yeah.
And but yeah, continue. I just wanted to say
no, I forgot. That's a really key point. That's a super key point.
So I was like,
yeah. And then you were like, do you know anybody like that?
Yeah, you're like, oh, Joey.
Yeah,
I was
Joey
like, but
Joel,
no, but he said, I'm getting a J-O. Yeah. Right?
His name was Joel, by the way.
Yeah.
I said Joey because my mom's sister, my aunt,
would call him Joey.
No. She named her son Joel, but we all call him Joey.
Got it.
So my mind just went to Joey, which is like my cousin. So anyways, I get out, dude. We finished the episode. It's sitting on my heart. I'm like, bro, I just had this crazy experience. And this is no shot to AJ, but like he hung out for a while, right? He hung out for like 20, 30 minutes. And I just wanted to call my mom, dude. I wanted to get out of the room and call her because I was like, this is trippy. So
for me, I was kind of tripping, and sorry to cut you off. For me, I was kind of tripping because you didn't ask for a reading.
No, I did not.
And I already know you. You're not the type that wants one.
No.
So even me in my head, I would have been like, he probably scared right now.
I was scared, bro.
Or like
not scared, but I was like
it's probably a lot for him.
I was spooked out a bit.
Yeah. It would have spooked me out too because I'm not asking for one. I don't go out and look for one. Nor do I it's not saying that I believe in it or I don't, because I do, but it's not like I think about things like that all the time, right? Yeah. Like, oh, this or that, you know? So that the fact that he saw something from you, I was like, damn, I wonder how Josh feels right now, because it might be a lot.
It was a lot. And like he said, it wasn't a reading necessarily for me. I was just like the third party, because the reading was more for my mom. Like they were trying to communicate to him to talk to me so I can tell my mom. Was crazy. Anyway, so we finished the episode. We say bye to everybody. I asked Matt, I go, Matt, I need to have this footage, even if it's just a clip of AJ talking about the reading in that moment, because I need to show my mom, because I'm not going to be able to articulate as well as he is, since he was the one who was getting like the messages. So Matt was like super kind and ended up sending me the video. But prior to that, I called my mom. And my mom is so cute, bro. She was like super in it. She like, I get so excited calling my mom because she's like, always just like, I could tell she's so excited to talk to me, you know? She's like, hi, Mio, like, what's up? Like, she was just so energetic. And I was like, and this was my plan. I wasn't just gonna unload all that information onto her because that's a lot, right? So the thing that I remembered was October. I was like, if there's any correlation to October, this is how I'm gonna start it. So I call her and I go, Mom, I want like, I'm gonna ask you like kind of like a left field question. Just try to like remember, see if this makes sense to you in any way. And just let me know what you think. And she's like, okay. Yeah. She literally said it like that. And I was like, so your brothers who like passed, Joel y Miguel. Mauro, I believe it was Mauro, sorry. Is there any correlation to October? Is there any correlation to that? And she goes, yeah, one of them died in October, the end of October. And I want to say he passed away October 25th. We had him on October 22nd.
Yeah.
So it was literally 3 days prior. So when my mom told me that, dude, I literally was like,
crazy.
Oh my God. I literally was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm going to tell you something that just happened to me. And I don't know what to make of it. And I just need you to just listen and just almost take it with a grain of salt. I don't know what this means, Mom. Okay. So then
Dude, if you were my son and you told me that, I'd be scared.
I know.
What is he going to say?
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
I proceed to tell her the whole experience that we just had with AJ. I tell her everything. I try to remember everything because there's so much, right? It all happened so, like you said, bro, it literally hit me out of nowhere. I didn't expect it. So it was I was trying to make sense of it. And a lot of times when he was talking to me, I was like, is this for real? This is wild, right? So I tell her the whole story and she goes dead quiet. Bro, dead quiet. And I'm like, Mom? And she's weeping, bro, crying. And then immediately I start crying. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know. I don't know. This is so crazy. I didn't ask for it. I didn't go looking for it. It just happened. And then she goes on to reminiscing about her brother and how sad she was about it all and just kind of reliving it, which is something I didn't want to to do, which is why I presented the whole October thing, because I was like, I know, dude, every time my mom has talked to me about her brothers, she'll cry, and I get it. And it's an emotional experience for her to talk about it. She has to relive that. So I didn't want to put it through that. So when the October thing was my green light to be okay, let me, I can go there. And bro, it was so heavy. And I go, look, Mom, I am trying to remember everything he said. Let me get the footage, and I'm going to go visit you tomorrow because I want to be with you and I want to show you and I want to talk things through with you. If you if I can assist in any way, I just want to be there for you. So we end up hanging up, saying bye. And it was so hard to say bye to her because the whole time, the whole day, dude, that's all I could think about was her. And I kept texting her throughout the day, hey, Mom, just checking in, you're good. And she was good. And I could tell it, man, it just it did shake her up a little bit. She was kind of confused by it. Of course, bro. At first.
I was shooken up.
Yeah. And when I told her everything, I think she was really taken back by it. Yeah, it was just very emotional. It was very emotional.
And then what did she say when she saw the video?
Okay, so when she saw the video, everything that AJ said, she was able to confirm.
Or kind of grab things.
Yeah, and make it
obviously a lot easier than you.
Of course, yes. One of the things, and this is the one that I was a little I don't know if this makes sense. Because he was he's I'm getting some sort of addiction or something that he could have done better that he didn't. Something like that. And I was addiction. From my understanding, he was really young. He was 8 or 9 when he got ran over by a car. Sorry, one of my tios who got ran over by a car, not the leukemia one. Basically, my cousin was at my house too with my mom and stuff. And my cousin was I think that it could be him saying sorry for not being more careful crossing the street. Because he was a kid, he might have been chasing a ball or something like that, and he got hit by a car. So she was that's in her mind, that's how she made sense of it. And I thought that was wild. But everything he said, none of it was they couldn't figure out what the correlation was. Wow. And he also said, sometimes I don't know who's communicating, right? So since there was two of them could have been trying to chime in.
So it wasn't just one of your uncles.
Yes.
It was maybe
potentially both. Potentially both of them.
Bro, what tripped me out is when you told me and then you called me after you called your mom, you called me and you're like, call me.
Yeah.
Well, you probably didn't say it that way.
I did. I texted you. I said, call me.
Yeah, but you're like, call me.
No, I meant it like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like,
call me, motherfucker.
I was like, okay. So I called you. Then you told me the whole story.
Yeah.
I'm like, Josh, okay, one thing is AJ saying oh, does your mom have this is coming from your mom's side? Does she have brothers? This and that? Somebody that passed away? That's pretty pinpoint accurate, but it's kind of broad. A lot of people can have brothers and or sisters, whatever, but I was the fact that he said his name starts
didn't even bring about that. Yeah,
the name
J-O.
starts with a J-O and one of your uncles is Joel.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I totally forgot.
You can't just guess that.
That was a huge part of the story too, and I totally.
You can't just guess that.
Yeah, you can't guess that.
He goes, yeah, I'm getting like a J.O.
Well, then he first he thought my name was Joey. He's like, Joey, no, that's you.
Yeah. And then he got embarrassed. No. But that's easy. That's a common mistake. But the fact that he said, yeah, I'm getting like, his name is like a J.O. and one of them is Joel. Yeah. Well, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
He goes, yeah, it starts with a J.O. And then in my head, I'm like, oh, no. You didn't get that joke, did you?
No, that was a joke. What was the joke?
I was like, oh, no. I was like, dang, this shit real. Like, this shit getting real.
Oh, no. You didn't get the joke, huh?
I expected to get my jokes in a millisecond. Come on, Josh. Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Insane, man.
It was crazy. It was an experience.
I'll never forget both of those, man, back to back crazy weeks, episodes that just.
Yeah, you need to take a break, bro.
I need to chill on the podcasting.
Yeah, it's a lot for you recently. It was good.
Yeah.
And then I even told him, I was like, didn't you see anything in Fakamichi? They're like, nothing for me, huh? All right, cool. Sounds good.
Nah, you're in the clear.
Yeah, I was in the clear. No, but it was really cool. And I hope people really enjoyed that episode. I feel like a lot of people really like those kind of episodes, like those kind of guests.
Yeah.
And me too.
Me too.
Because sometimes, like hearing that stuff, and I like to talk about space and astronomy and stuff like that. Bro. So it's really cool. I really, really enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I was gonna say something.
And by the way, just to like tie that story up, my mom is fine.
Yeah, I was about to ask
it was definitely an emotional thing, and it was hard for me to even make sense of it all, man. Because like I said, I didn't expect it. I didn't go looking for it. It was a lot, and even after, it was like, okay, so now what? And I told my mom, like, I want you to know that if the message is true, it's a good message.
Yeah, because even he said that.
Yeah. It's a good message, and I just want you to be okay, and I want your soul and your heart to be okay. And she's like, "Oh no, I'm okay, man. It was just a lot." And I think for her, it's more about like having to relive that memory, But I did learn a lot about my mom that day, and it's a little personal and stuff, but it really like allowed definitely like a bonding thing, because I really got to talk to her more in depth about like how she felt. And how she processed it,
and maybe you understand even more now.
Yeah, exactly.
About her siblings,
how
she was as a sibling,
yeah, and how that experience has made her to who she is now. It was crazy, man. It was a lot, man. It really.
Honestly,
was a lot.
I'm not even lying. I've always known your mom, and I know she's a very, very strong woman.
Yeah.
But then hearing that story, hearing him say that about his brothers, you guys going through that story as well.
Yeah.
You telling her about what happened. I swear to you, I said, dang, no wonder. She is who she is.
Yeah.
Like for real, I was like, dang, your mom went through a lot.
I know, a lot. One of the things he had said was like, one of them just wants to say thank you. He never got the chance to say thank you.
Ooh, that one
got me because
even right now,
because the one who passed away from leukemia died in her arms. So what if that was like, that's what he was meaning? It's a lot, man. It's just like one of those things, like, yeah.
My question was to him too, and I think after I told you, I was like, do you think that when he saw something behind you, was that kind of like an energy, or was he here?
And then I also wonder, are they always behind me?
That's what I'm saying.
Or is he only able to see that? Maybe they only appeared because they knew that he has a gift, and he can speak the message. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because your mom always says what?
That they are our guardian angels.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know what to make of all that. I don't know what to do with that information. I don't. I'm very grateful that if what he's saying is true and I got to receive that and give that to my mom, because I know it was like comforting. But other than that, like now what? and I say that respectfully. Like,
yeah. Imagine if that was if your son came up to you and started talking about the siblings that you used to have.
Right.
Bro, I'm pretty sure your mom every day since that day thinks about them,
all
even to a different degree.
Yeah.
Like that kind of changed her too.
100%.
Bro, she basically got her in communication with them, low key, right?
That's wild.
That's wild.
Like
if I had a sibling that passed away and I had that experience recently, like what you guys just did, bro, that's a lot.
No, I don't want to go there in this conversation. Yeah. No. I'm something else. But I wonder and I'm gonna look this up. I wonder if like mediums or like in the Bible, is that biblical? Like, I'm kind of curious about that and where that stands, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Are you looking it up, Jess? I wonder, like,
do you think the Bible talks about some sort of mediums?
Yeah, like,
or maybe they're called something else. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, and I'm gonna say this real quickly. I'm like talking about this, like kind of like I'm not trying to be insensitive about it, but like I'm kind of holding back a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel emotional talking about it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Seeing my mom like that, bro, was.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
I can't imagine. But I'm glad that you were able to see the magnitude of what your mom feels, right? Because that means a lot. And I think at the end of the day, that's what you take from it.
Yeah, is
you understanding your mom. You've always did, and about the brothers and stuff. But now you really see it in this huge thing, like and I know that it's kind of emotional, but it came to you.
I know.
No matter why he was here, it came to you.
Regarding your question, Josh, and one thing I do want to make very clear, because I don't want to like discredit anybody and their beliefs, is that AJ said to each their own, basically, about what they want to believe.
That's what
and
I was saying. It's very open to
But apparently, according to Cornerstone Congregational Church, the Bible clearly forbids talking with the dead. To be a medium, even if you identify as a Christian, is not in line with Scripture.
I kind of had a feeling, by the way.
Yeah.
Kind of had a feeling.
Mm-hmm. Same.
But I don't know. That's why exactly I told my mom, I'm like, I don't know what this means.
Take it with a
grain of salt because and that's what I was saying when I mean like the now what? It wasn't, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's like we got to be careful, right? We got to guard ourselves. The Bible definitely says to guard your heart. I know that. And I think that's like perfect example of that. Like, okay, I take it for what it is, but the main person to go to, and I mean, never mind. Never mind. I was just gonna say it's God. God's the man in charge, and I think prayer is like the ultimate thing. Yeah. And I think that's the only one who has all the answers and everything. That's my belief. But that's not to discredit AJ, by the way.
No, or anybody.
Just to clarify. Yeah.
I think you take you take whatever information you want, and you're the one that decides what to do with it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you who you are at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Whether you believes in this or that, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's what you and your soul can create out of it.
Yeah.
You want to take it and make it into a huge positive thing, go for it.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Just like how you should do everything in life. But I think it's whatever information they give you or whoever. But that's the thing. You never asked for it.
I never asked for
That's the crazy part.
I know.
That's why I was like, dang. Like, even when I went back home, I was like, dang, that's kind of a lot for Josh. I was like, I can't imagine like that. My head would be spinning right now because I didn't ask for it.
The night that Mark Cuban came into the podcast, I didn't sleep. And the night that AJ came into the podcast, I didn't sleep. I for real need a break, bro. I'm gonna need my Mondays to suck.
Imagine next week. Yeah, guys, Josh, he had to take the day off for his own
sanity.
He's not very well right now. No. It's been great. And honestly, what an experience, right? I mean, for us to be here and, talk and be with Jess, like us to get these emotions and like to these feelings and these experiences in this room is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Who would have thought, huh?
Who would have thought? Just two idiots.
Getting readings and talking to Mark Cuban.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, man. All right, we have to go. Josh has to leave. Today's episode, blame it on Josh, please. Actually, don't even blame it on Josh down below. Go to his Instagram and talk shit about him.
Bro,
please. All of his pictures that he posts on social media, instead of saying like, oh, dang, good picture, fuck you, Josh. Fuck you, dog.
But great photo.
Yeah, sick photo, bro. Psych. No, honestly, Josh is really busy today. He has to do a photo shoot, and then he leaves to
New York.
New York. The Big Apple is what they call it.
I'll see you there, champ.
I'll see you there. Dodgers in
5.
Ooh, in New York?
In New York. The game that I'm at. 5.
I'll be there as well.
Yeah. Game 5.
I'm going to say...
Either game 5... No, I'm calling game 5. It's game 5. Dodgers in 5. Say your prediction. You got to say it. Because if it comes true...
It would be epic if it was game 5 in New York when I'm there with you.
Okay. Shout out to
SeatGeek. Shout out to SeatGeek.
Number 1 rated ticket in the App Store.
Yep, shout out to SeatGeek. And it would be amazing, but it would even be amazing as well. That I don't really want.
Just
I'll
call
choose
it.
the first one. Game 6, winning it in Los Angeles.
Final answer? What is it going to be?
Game 6 in Los Angeles.
All right, bet.
Um,
Should we bet on it?
I don't want to bet another Dodger fan.
We're betting on which game they're going to take it. This is a good bet.
If I want if I want them to take it, it'll be game 4.
No,
fucking
it's
sweep.
a prediction.
All right, game 6.
All right.
And what's the bet?
Shots next episode.
All right, fine. Dodgers.
We haven't drank, bro.
Go
We haven't
Dodgers.
been taking shots.
I don't want to drink anymore.
Me neither.
All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your guys' day. Go Dodgers. Go baseball.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Honestly, just real quick, thank you guys so much for the incredible feedback and love that you guys have shared with us on the Mark Cuban episode. Just as of recently, the Mark Cuban episode was a big win for La Platica. I'm telling you guys that right now. But that win was a win for all of us. Like, I felt like we all won on that episode. So thank you guys. Los amamos.
Yes.
Like,
Thank
forever.
you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Jess.
It is big. It's pretty big.